keeps control for Thompson. Pass for Stevens, wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday afternoon from the Fargnum. This is our final coverage of the North Dakota State Class B and A and Girls tournament coverage here on yourliveevent.com. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Let's take a look at what the brackets will have in store for us here today. On the girls' side, you will have Minot High going up against Bismarck in the championship. Bismarck Legacy will score off with Central Campus for third, and then Carrington Dickinson will go off for fifth. On the Class B side, South Border defeats Lisbon 28-27 in the semifinals. South Border squares off with Northern Lights in the championship at 4, while Lisbon goes up against Felva. That'll be at 2:30. The consolation championship will be Killdeer and New Salem Almont. Then in Class A, the championship, Bismarck High against West Fargo Cheyenne. Third place, Dickinson will square off with Williston. Then Fargo Davies and Bismarck Century will be in fifth. We'll take a quick break when we come back after this. Get you ready for wrestling for the third place match between Bismarck Century and, between Bismarck Legacy and the Central Cass Squirrels for the third place duel here on yourliveevent.com.
Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, coming soon. 7 used Fendt 1162 twin tracks. Coming in time for spring work. Hours ranging from 430 to 875 hours. Call Chuck or Neil for more information on these Fendt twin tracks for spring field work. Ziegler Ag Equipment now providing farm delivery of genuine AGCO lubricants. Talk with Joey for more details of how you can mix and match lubricants. 218-784-2961. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all of your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
See your local Farmers Union Insurance agent, Jennifer Worley in Cavalier.
As we will get going here in a moment for our third place girls duel. That does it for our abbreviated pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. Go online to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Started today. Bismarck Legacy against the Central Cass Squirrels here as they're getting everything situated again at the head table on the check-ins here on our track wrestling. As we will start these classes off at 106 pounds, which means heavyweight will be second to last, and the 100-pound weight class will be dead last here. As Maniz here from Bismarck Legacy, Cecilia going up against Mallory DeVries to open up things up on number 5 across the way. And again, this for third place of the state wrestling tournament in the girls' duel. So Mallory DeVries against Maniz here. As you'll see, Mallory DeVries right now and Maniz just continue to go back and forth around the mat. Maniz looks for a single leg shot. Mallory DeVries trying to get back to her base, able to do so, and then fend Maniz off here and just throw her off to the side of the mat for a moment. As we will put a bow on our 2024 State Wrestling Tournament coverage here today. Chase Miller with you on the Central Cass girls side. Brent Dick with you on the Central Cass boys side. As this is continuing to make its way between DeVries and also with Hermanese here on this one. As Mallory DeVries right now trying to work the single leg against Manise. Manise then able to fend it off and get back to a back and forth standstill in the center circle right now. As Manise right now looking to work with it on the interior here against Mallory DeVries. As Manise looks for a single leg shot on Mallory. And that's how we'll end our first period scoreless here at 106 pounds of the girls division. As Mallory will start in the up position here against Cecilia from Bismarck Legacy. As Mallory right now in the center circle. Against Manise, single leg shot coming here for Mallory. Spinning this one around to Cecilia across the mat. This will go out of play. We're off the mat as we will go back to the restart here in the center part of the mat. As DeVries works on top against Cecilia. As Cecilia right now and Mallory continue just to have a little bit back and forth. As Cecilia does earn the 1 point for the escape against Mallory as she started in that bottom position. As Mallory and Cecilia again, a lot more hand fighting here over on mat number 5. And they will go out of play. Off the mat, we will recenter it up for a restart. As Mallory will continue to be in the center circle against Manise. Is getting pushed out. Off the mat was Mallory. As Mallory and Manise again just continue to go right around the mat as we do have a stalling warning here on Mallory. 13 seconds left here in the second period. Still 1-0, the 1 point coming from a Manise escape. Mallory trying to change levels here. That's how we'll end our second period. It's 1-0 here for Manise for Bismarck Legacy. As DeVries will start in the down position here. Cecilia Manise from Bismarck Legacy will start in the top position. Mallory DeVries, if she can get an escape, would tie things up at 1 apiece here. As Mallory gets the edge of the mat here, and they will have a restart. as Moniz will go back into the top position against Mallory. Mallory trying to find a potential way to get a two-point reversal here. She's starting in a down position. Now she's got a little bit more of the advantage here against Moniz. Moniz got her head. And we'll have a stalling warning now against Moniz here as Mallory will start in the down position. So again, Mallory will be in the down position. Starting the up position here will be Moniz. As we get a one-point escape here for Mallory DeVries, and we're tied at 1 with 70 seconds remaining in the first period. Well, these two have just done a lot of trying to change different levels and positions here as Mallory working the edge of the mat, looking for a two-point takedown, but they will go to the side of the mat and both will be off the mat here for the wrestlers as we're tied at 1 with 42 seconds left in the third period. As right now for Central Cass, going up against Bismarck Legacy in this first third place bout. There's a double leg shot here for Cecilia. Cecilia keeps Mallory in for the two-point takedown. Able to try to come across here for a two-point takedown is going to be Moniz. And then we're going to get, it looks like blood time here with 13 seconds remaining in the third period. It'll be a 3-1 advantage here for Cecilia from Bismarck Legacy, the West number 3 seed going up against the East number 1 seed. It's the state wrestling tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. High school state tournament for the state wrestling tournament will continue here as Moniz will come back and work in the top position here against Mallory with a 3-1 advantage with 13 seconds remaining as Mallory looking for the two-point reversal here, but Moniz does a good job staying up on front on Mallory. And Moniz is going to end up winning 3-1 here and picks up 3 points via the decision here for the Bismarck Legacy Stavers to open up the third place contest in the State Girls Dual Tournament. Also going on, Fargo Stingers against Napoleon Gackle Strader. And you have the Carrington Cardinals wrestling in action as well across the way. Against the Bismarck High Demons. Excuse me, that is the Carrington Cardinals going up against the Dickinson Midgets. Minot Bismarck will be squaring off in the championship here later today. 112 pounds now for the Central Cass Squirrels. Emma Dutt going up against Alicia Kenfack here from Bismarck Legacy. Kenfack with a 2-point takedown to open up this first period with a 2-0 advantage 30 seconds into the first period here for Elisa Kenfack. Kenfack continues to ride out Emma Dutt a little bit as Emma's making her way to the side of the mat. As Emma trying to get back to her base here, she gets to her knees and then they work off the mat, and they will start things up again in the restart as Emma Dutt will be in the down position. as Kenfeck will be working between the circles here against Emma Dutt. Emma sprawling out across the way here against Kenfeck. Bismarck Legacy lost a nail-biter against Minot High to get to third place as Kenfeck now is working with some near-fall points and trying to get to a pinning position here for Kenfeck against Emma Dutt. 3 near-fall points will be coming for sure. 45 seconds remaining in the first period, and Kenfeck is able to earn the pin here for Bismarck Legacy to give them now a 9-0 advantage. Going back to that semifinal between the Minot High Magi and the Bismarck Legacy Sabres. Coming back from Minot High was Janence Fletcher able to defeat Phoenix Linseth via the fall and secure the win for the Minot High Magi 33-30. That's after Phoenix Linseth won the state championship on the individual side at 250 pounds at heavyweight yesterday for Bismarck Legacy. So between Legacy and Central Cass here, now we get to 118 pounds. Elizabeth Yabodi here for Bismarck Legacy against Aubrey Quinn for Central Cass, and Yabodi with a 2-point takedown 7 seconds in, working with near fall points into a pinning position here against Aubrey Quinn. As Quinn is trying to get back to her stomach right now and trying to get those shoulder blades away from Elizabeth. As Yabodi coming out trying to get that quick pin here for Bismarck Legacy, able to do so. And the Sabres quickly out in front now at 15-0 on our Tim Kazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard. 3 weight classes, all 3 won by Bismarck Legacy, 2 via the fall, 1 via the decision. As now we get to 124 pounds. Adrian Steiner going up against Brianna Mayer here of Central Cass. Mayer and Adrian right now in the center circle, just kind of walking around each other. As Steidler is locked up right now with Mayer here in the center of the mat. Very similar kind of grasping, a lot of hand wrestling as we saw with Moniz and Mallory DeVries earlier, as both kind of cut each other loose here and get back to a neutral position with Mayer and Steidler. Going for the single leg shot here is Steidler. Steidler trying to finish off with a 2-point takedown and come around here and able to get the 2-point takedown here for Bismarck Legacy. So 2-0, 60 seconds into this first period. As Brianna Mayer trying to get the reversal across, but Steidler held her ground on the edge of the mat right in front of her coach's box. As Steidler continues to ride up top here on Brianna Mayer on the far edge of the mat. Steidler now into a pin position, and she's going to win via the fall. 35 seconds left in the first period. So for Bismarck Legacy, Adrian Steidler wins via the fall over Mayer, as it's a 21-0 score in favor of Bismarck Legacy. As we make our way now to 130 pounds in the girls' third place match. As both wrestlers are making their way to the head table to get checked in at Track Wrestling. Emma Schneider here for Central Cass going up against Morgan Schneider for Bismarck Legacy. Morgan and Emma. Changing some levels right now. A little bit of a hand fighting continue to go on between Morgan and Emma in the center circle as they spin around 360 degrees. Now back to where they started in the center, 30 seconds into this first period. Seen Legacy, once they get their throwdown into a pinning position, there it is as well for Morgan. Schneider gets a 2-point takedown and gets the fall here for Bismarck Legacy. 41 seconds into the first period. Morgan Schneider wins via the fall for the Bismarck Legacy Sabres against the Central Cass Squirrels as we now make our attention to 136 pounds. So for Bismarck Legacy, 4 of the 5 wrestlers winning via the fall here against Central Cass. Manise and Mallory DeVries, winner via the decision. As Central Cass will have a open weight class, it looks like here, potentially. We'll see where they go again. At 136 pounds, and it will be a open weight class. So Aaliyah from Bismarck Legacy will win via the forfeit on the open weight class at 136 pounds. Now at 142 pounds, we will turn our attention here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And Bismarck Legacy. So Bismarck Legacy out in front 33-0. As you have Lois Schneider here from Central Cass against Hannah Ryberg from Bismarck Legacy. As Schneider in the center against Ryberg here. Ryberg going for a single leg. Schneider able to fend it off. As we said moments ago, when Bismarck Legacy has made their move, it's not just a move for a takedown, it's a move right into having a pin position here, and we've seen that multiple times today for the Sabres against the Central Cass Squirrels. As they continue to change levels with 45 seconds into this first period, still scoreless between Ryberg and Schneider. Lois Schneider on the far edge of the mat against Hannah Ryberg, Bismarck Legacy. Saw one quick attempt here by Ryberg to try to get the single leg. A potential takedown for Lois Schneider, able to finish with a 2-point takedown here against Ryberg. So Schneider with a 2-0 advantage, and now riding up top on Ryberg here with 40 seconds remaining in the first period. And Lois Schneider now into a fall position, working with some back points. Schneider looking for the pin here with 25 seconds remaining in this first period here for Schneider. As Ryberg trying to stay alive with the last 19 seconds here the first period. And Lois Schneider going to win via the fall for the Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels have their first 16 points on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazet Seed Sales scoreboard via the fall here for Lois Schneider of Central Cass over Hannah Ryberg. As now we go to 148 pounds with Sophia Meyer here for Bismarck Legacy, going up against Isabel Duchuk here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Duchuk and Meyer off and rolling here in the opening 15 seconds, scoreless. And we haven't really seen outside of that very first match between Cecilia Manise and Mallory DeVries. Nothing else has gone into the second period in that third place match so far. As Sophia Meyer and Isabel Duchuk right now, as you have Sophia trying to get to a little bit of a headlock position on Duchuk and try to see if she can spin her down to the ground, as Duchuk able to release and get back to a neutral position here in the center part of the mat. And going back to that headlock is Sophia Meyer here. Meyer is able to get the 2-point takedown right into some back points, trying to get the reversal is Isabel Duchuk, but coming back on top is going to be Sophia, able to get the 2-point takedown with 2 points on the near fall. As it's a 4-0 advantage here for the Bismarck Legacy Sabres, Sophia Meyer. As Isabel Duchuk now in more of a defensive mindset, trying to get out of the grasp of Sophia, back to her base. Sophia putting some pressure on the back of the head a little bit here around that neck area. Now back, getting her majority of her weight run on the back here of Duchuk with 5 seconds remaining here in the first period. And at 148 pounds, we will be going to the second period here as we still have 5 more weight classes to go. Sophia Meyer with a 4-0 advantage here for the Bismarck Legacy Sabres. Against Isabel Duchuk. Duchuk will start in the top position as Sophia will be in the bottom position here for Bismarck Legacy to begin the second period. Getting to her base is Sophia. To her knees, now she's standing. Trying a quick single leg shot was Duchuk, but able to get the escape was Sophia on the single leg swipe that was. As it's now a 5-0 advantage here for Sophia. And Meyer continues to work that head, and then when she gets enough around it against Isabel, that's when she'll look for the throw and try to get that takedown into near fall points. Isabel Duchuk has seen that, able to get back to a neutral position here. Going now for the single leg shot is Meyer. Working up top is Duchuk. As Duchuk right now working up top on Sophia, and they both let each other go back to a neutral position. So under 60 seconds left in the second period, still 5-0 Sophia Meyer. She goes for another double here on Duchuk. Isabel Duchuk able to come back. Here's a double shot for Sophia Meyer. She gets the 2-point takedown. Now 7-0 here for Bismarck Legacy. So far, Sophia got a takedown with 2 points coming via the near fall, escape, and a 2-point takedown to give her 7 with 20 seconds remaining here in this second period. Ten seconds remaining here in the second period as Sophia continues to ride up top on Isabel Duchuk as Duchuk is trying to get back to the base of her knees, but she's going to run out of time here after 2 periods. We'll go to the third at 148 pounds. Sophia Meyer from Bismarck Legacy with the 7-0 advantage over Isabel Duchuk. As we start in the neutral position here in the third period with a 2-point takedown for Sophia Meyer. And now would be a major decision win here for Bismarck Legacy with a 9-0 advantage over Isabel Duchuk. 90 seconds to go here in period number 3. All Bismarck Legacy on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazet Seed Sales scoreboard, 33-6 right now in favor of the Sabres. As Sophia Meyer looking to continue to add to this impressive performance for Bismarck Legacy in our third place match right now. As we will have a technical violation on a tech 1 point awarded here to Isabel Duchuk off a penalty here for Sophia. So it'll be 9-1 with 63 seconds remaining in the third period. And Sophia Meyer works in the top position on the restart here. Isabel Duchuk able to get back to her knees from that restart. As Sophia Meyer almost putting Isabel Duchuk again, trying to work that headlock a little bit and see if she can get some back points, if she can turn Isabel here. 35 seconds remaining in the third period, still 9-1. As Isabel Duchuk trying to get a 1-point escape to make that major to just a decision win. Sophia Meyer right now doing a good job just holding on to Isabel, not allowing her to do much as Isabel continues to try to get back to her base and trying to get back to her feet. Every time she tries to get to her knees or take a sit, there's the 1-point escape here for Isabel Duchuk. Now with 5 seconds, down to 2. And for the Bismarck Legacy Sabres, they will pick up a decision win with Sophia Meyer after Isabel Duchuk was able to get the escape here and take a 36-6 lead here in the third place match of the Girls State Dual Tournament. Now to 155 pounds with the final 5 weight classes here. If you start adding up the math for Bismarck Legacy and Central Cass would have to have 5 straight pins to tie Bismarck Legacy. Anything under that, Bismarck Legacy will officially win this duel. As Cheyenne Helen comes out here for Central Cass against Kiara Charfaros here for Bismarck Legacy. Charfaros against Helen. As Helen and Charfaros continue to kind of dance around the mat a little bit as they bring themselves back into the middle. Charfaros against Helen on the far side. As Helen able to work on the inside of the mat now. Now spins back out to the interior against Chafaros here with 50 seconds left in this first period. Both release each other to get back into a neutral position. Chafaros looking to grab that right knee. Every time she does, Helen able to make a swipe across and not allow her to get her hand around the knee of Cheyenne here. 45 seconds remaining here in the first period, still scoreless. Charafos trying to spin Helen down to the mat with 20 seconds remaining in the first period. It's still scoreless as both will go back to that neutral position. As Kiara just kind of pushes Cheyenne away from her. As we finish this first period scoreless at 155 pounds in the third place match of the girls division. Taking a look quickly at some other scores across the way. Carrington and Dickinson right now. It's Dickinson with a 15-9 advantage. And then you have Napoleon Gacko Streeter and Fargo. Napoleon Gacko Streeter up 30-12 right now over the Fargo Stingers as well. Those are the 5th and 7th place matches respectively. Carrington and Dickinson wrestling for 5th. 2-point takedown coming for Kiara here at the 155 pounds against Helen. After Cheyenne Helen had a 3-point near fall, able to get a 2-point reversal, for Kiara. Now Kiara working up top on Cheyenne, trailing by a point with 1:20 left in this second period. It's Kiara and Cheyenne. Cheyenne trying to get the 1-point escape, able to do so. Then Cheyenne comes back and able to get a 2-point reversal across the way on Kiara. Now near fall points coming as Cheyenne Helen looking for the pin and able to earn the fall here for the Central Cass Squirrels for Cheyenne Helen. With 1 minute remaining in the second period, the Central Cass Squirrels pick up 12 team points here for Cheyenne Helen to make it now 36-12. That's coming on now for 170 pounds. Ava Gollefson will come on for the Central Cass Squirrels. For Bismarck Legacy, we'll let you know who the opposition will be in a moment against Gollefson. So for Central Cass, that was part one of, again, 5 in a row that they need to finish things off here. Ivy Griffin of Bismarck Legacy going up against Ava Gullison here of Central Cass, 36-12 on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazet Seed Sales scoreboard. As Gullison and Griffin continue to work in the center of the mat. Gullison was trying to go for that single leg shot. Griffin able to fend it off. Now some more hand fighting right in front of the Bismarck Legacy side of the mat on the far side. As Gullison with Griffin continue to fend off one another. And for Ava Gullison right now, trying to see if she can do what she did a few matches ago, earning a pin here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Well, for Ivy Griffin for Bismarck Legacy, those two continue to lock in horns right now. As the Lisbon Broncos on the boys' side take a 33-9 advantage over the Velva Aggies for third place. Ava Gullison back into the center of the mat here against Ivy Griffin. Griffin trying to continue to see as we're going to get a stalling warning here on Ivy Griffin. The next stalling warning will result in a point here for Ava Gullison. As Griffin just not trying to give Gullison a good chance for a throw. Gullison trying to see if she can get Ivy in the headlock right now with under 10 seconds here in the first period. As we go to the second period, we will be scoreless here as Griffin and Gullison wrestle a little bit after the whistle. 0 apiece here between Ava and Ivy. And starting in the position will be Ava Gullison as she will start in the top position, as Ivy Griffin will be in the bottom position. And Griffin moving her way around the mat, now trying to get back to her base, got to her knees. Ava Gullison working that single arm bar in the back. Now trying to make that arm bar more into a chicken wing here and bring Griffin back down to the mat, able to do so. As Griffin trying her best to get out of the grasp of Gullison, but Gullison continued to work Ivy with that chicken wing, as we'll have a potentially dangerous, with 1:24 left in the second. As Ava Gullison works on top on Ivy. Gullison wrapped around here against Ivy Griffin. But Gullison looking to get some back points. She just continues to ride up top on Ivy Griffin. It's still scoreless. 50 seconds remaining as Gullison works up top, trying to get to that chicken wing, now working more behind Ivy as Ivy trying to get back to her base here. Gullison throws her back down to the mat and back to where we've been for most of the second period, where Gullison has had the advantage on top but unable to roll Griffin over or get any points out of it so far. So really good D in terms of Ivy Griffin. But she's trying to see if she can get the 1-point escape here and get up by a point as Gullison brings her back down to the mat on the far side. Five seconds remaining here in this second period. Trying to get the 1-point escape, able to do so by Ivy Griffin right before we get to zeros. And after 2 periods, it'll be Ivy Griffin of Bismarck Legacy with the 1-0 advantage over Ava Gullison, able to get that late escape with the last few seconds of the second period. So starting in the down position will be Griffin. Ava Golfson back to where she started for the second period, up in the top position. We'll see if Ivy Griffin can yet again earn another escape or try to fend Ava Golfson off, as Ava pretty much just cuts Ivy loose here to make it now 2-0. So Ava Golfson will be looking for a takedown to try to tie things up and then try to get to near fall points. If you're Ivy Griffin right now, been called for a stalling warning. That was back in period 1, but other than that, she's wrestled a pretty clean match, all things considered, against Golfson, where she's had to be a little bit more defensive against Ava. Now it's in the headlock for Golfson. Golfson trying to bring her over, down for a 2-point takedown. There's a 2-point takedown. Now Golfson going to try to bring Ivy Griffin across for some near fall points. Near fall points will be coming, so Ava Golfson finally able to get that headlock thrown in with a 2-point takedown here. Golfson now into a pinning position with 60 seconds remaining here in the third period. Tied at 2, but again, near fall points will be awarded upcoming for Ava Golfson right now. Golfson continues to drive that headlock into the mat against Ivy Griffin. 50 seconds remaining here in the third. Griffin trying to get back to her spot here across the way on that bridge, but Ava Golfson able to earn a pin here, and a 6 points upcoming for the Central Cass Squirrels via the fall. Ava Golfson defeats Ivy Griffin via the fall, and now it's 36-18. Golfson with the advantage. We saw Ava a handful of times trying to throw that headlock when it presented herself, but when she finally cut her loose, able to come across and earn the fall. At 190 pounds, Bismarck Legacy will open weight class here, so Central Cass with Isabel Dutt takes 6 points for the Central Cass Squirrels. It's now 36-24. As for Bismarck Legacy, they will get to their 250-pound and their heavyweight here. And we'll have a open weight class, so Bismarck Legacy with the open weight class will officially take the third place match, and then Anna White will come out for the 100-pound weight class here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And it's now 42-24. Be an open weight class for Bismarck Legacy. Anna White will win via forfeit, and for the Central Cass Squirrels, they will fall by 12 points against Bismarck Legacy. 42-30 will be your final. So the Bismarck Legacy Sabres take third place. The Central Cass Squirrels take fourth place here at the state team dual girls meet. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on our state wrestling coverage on the girls' side here from the Fargo.
DRN Ready Tech would like to wish all wrestlers, coaches, and fans the best of luck this postseason. As a company who works together to keep their customers connected to the world, the DRN Ready Tech team of experts know the importance of teamwork. From gig internet service and security systems to Ready Tech's managed IT services, our team must pull together every day to keep their customers connected and secure. Trust your local team of technology solutions experts and visit drn.coop or readytech.com.
As we come back, let's take a look at our final bracket here in this one. For 7th place, Napoleon Gackle Streeter defeats the Fargo Stingers 42-30. For the Consolation Championship, Dickinson is currently up 21-15 over Carrington, as they're at the 148-pound weight class right now. And then again for 3rd place, Bismarck Legacy over Central Cass, a final of 42-30. Sumanese with a decision win over Mallory DeVries, and then Bismarck Legacy got things rolling after that. The next 5 weight classes winning via the fall, all in the first period, except for the 136-pound weight class where Colin won via forfeit. Lois Schneider then able to come on at the 145 mark in the first period, win via the fall for Central Cass over Hannah Ryberg. 3 points coming for Sophia Meyer over Isabel Duchuk via the decision. Cheyenne Helen wins via the fall. Ava Gullifson won via a fall. Isabel Dutt won unopposed via the forfeit. Phoenix Linseth for Bismarck Legacy won unopposed via the forfeit at heavyweight. And Anna White, the same thing at 100 pounds here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Let's get to our Enbridge Energy wrestler of the match. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. That is enbridge.com. Ava Golfson had to work for it, but she was able to pin Ivy Griffin with 5:13 into the match. And Ava Golfson at 170 pounds is our Enbridge Energy wrestler of the match for the girls' third place contest here. Again, she had to work for it and able to do so, able to win via the fall here in this one. We go from there to our Arctic Enterprises feature precision wrestlers in the match. Well, Cecilia Meniz had to earn it as well for Bismarck Legacy over Mallory DeVries in a 3-1, what felt like a stalemate for the majority. But Meniz able to get that decision win, put Legacy on top early, and then by the time you get through the end, some forfeits and everything else that works across the way. If Mallory DeVries wins that match, it would have been then 33-39 as an example instead of 42-30, and maybe change some things up a little bit in terms of some of the wrestlers late in this one. But Meniz with a good start for Bismarck Legacy, and they just added to it here today as our Arctic Enterprises feature precision move of the match. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to our state wrestling girls coverage. Go to yourliveevent.com for more wrestling, as Brent Dick right now calling the third place game of the Lisbon third place match of the Lisbon Broncos in Velva, as Lisbon with a 45-9 advantage right now here in this one. Championship matches coming up later tonight from the Farnham on the girls' side again. Minot High against Bismarck High. Bismarck will try to go for the sweep on the Class A side as well, going up against West Fargo Cheyenne. And then in our Championship B duel, it'll be South Border against Northern Lights. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in to our state wrestling coverage here on yourliveevent.com. And make sure you go to our website for some more high school action throughout the week as we dive back into some postseason basketball, where the Lisbon Bronco girls and the Central Cass girls basketball teams will be making their way to the Region 1 tournament. Until Monday, enjoy the rest of your weekend.